All right, guys, welcome back. So now let's go ahead and then debug our product details. So what we like to do is first of all, we want to go back to our product store template, sorry, and then I want to test a few things here. I want to check if you can just check if actually we are showing our loading spinner. Actually, we are showing, but a few things here I don't want to show. We can make some changes here first. Let's modify some few things here. Get rid of this one, and then also the border. I don't want to have this border. Okay, but we can actually keep the height, the screen height to screen. Nope. Set can set something, for example, 36 padding top and bottom. 36. This is not bad, but here also you can set padding. So for example, padding to 16. So we have something here which I'm trying to see, and then I can tell you how to correct it. So if you go to app layout, this is an app layout. If we can try to take rid of this, nope. App layout, there's no problem there. The issue is if you go to body, index.css, so search for index.css is actually on the route south. So from south, I want to show you where it is. This is index.css. So we want to see if we can actually make some modifications here. So what we can do, let's copy and then use AI to clean this CSS to save sometimes. Go to AI. So let's clean up this CSS. Set full height. Okay, this key change improvement, full height layout with the flex box using Tailwind CSS, route selector, main content route. All right, let's just go and paste this here. So you can actually have a look, read everything to understand. Okay, save this, back to our application. Let's try to reload this what we get here. So now you can also go back, just close this one, and then our app layout. App layout, you can keep it like this for now. Want to go to back to this one, and then instead of 16, let's set to 8. Let's also copy our app layout. So take to ChatGPT to also clean up. So let's clean up this. So I have ChatGPT can also help us to just clean up so we can speed up our development. Okay, but let's just copy this one. We are much concerned on our, sorry, copy, and then back to here. Just paste this one here. So we want to see the change. Bottom, bottom we can set maybe to 10. That's good. So up. Okay. Another thing is where we are passing our footer. Here we are passing our footer. So you are passing inside the app layout. You could have removed it and then pass it here. So if you want to pass the footer here, make sure that you remove the thing. You pass it outside of the app layout. Then let's also clean up this one. So you're just trying to clean up everything before you continue. All right. Let's see so far. Okay, save that one. Let's now save and then go back to our application, try to reload again. All right. Okay, something else we want to check here. Have a height and then our app layout. First of all, let's go back to index.css. We can try to set height. Here is set height to full, but if you go to home page, or no, app layout, you're also setting the same thing. So we can actually get rid of this one here. And then, yeah, we don't need that one there. So we need it to be like this one so that we can control the body. So we don't need this one. So I can control the body. So that means we can also set here, for example, to 24. 24. That's correct. And now if you also close this one, you don't need that one. You can close this and you go back to now here. So we want to set the height to screen. Say height to screen. Instead to set height to screen, you can actually just do let's say margin top and bottom to 32, 36, depend how you want to set it. So we are just playing around with with the styling here to see if you can actually match our body. So if you don't want to have scrollable body, so this depends on your styling. So we are much focused on functionalities on the basic styling. So this is it for when it's loading. If you go to original app, you see the loading and then it's gone. So it's the same thing we have here. Okay, now back to our store template. Close this one, and then also you're gonna close this. But before closing that, I want to show you that app layout, app layout. If you go back to app layout, you can actually change this to 10. So it just depends on how you want to set it. Don't really bother yourself about this. So this depends on how you want to set it. You can set it to 10, you can set to whatever amount you want to set. Okay, so close this one, go back to store template, and remember to remove this one to check the condition. If it's loading, to show the spinning, the loading spinner body, else show the message, or show the if there's message, show the message, or else display the store details. So here now we go back to, this is now the store detail we are displaying. So if you go back, we don't have a product here, but successfully if you go to our back end, this is the back end. We have now product being loaded. So we can have a look here. Looks like we are returning something is not correct. We're supposed to return this. This is, that's the return process function. Processed product. Okay, let's go back and then try to reload again. Now we have product. Okay, congratulations guys. So we have a product. If you want to see, let's have a look what you get from the server. Okay, here you have product. This is now the single product. You got name, description, price, whatever, category, subcategory, and store. Okay, it's the same thing we are receiving here. If I go to a single product, you see that we are receiving all of this information. This is the product, and then we have the store information, and then we also have extra information here, which can be included in. If we go back to our back end and then processed product, search for processed product. This one, so you can include much information here. You see we have store, you can include the rest of the information here. So for now, let's go back to our application, to our front end, and we are trying to, so what we want to do, we want to display the product here as the way it is. So we want to design this card. If you see the single product here, you can actually zoom the image close. We have a discount, we have in stock and shipping from, for example, from Kinshasa to CBD. It just depends. Just some information here that are a bit static. So we're actually working on what is available. So we have product details and then more items from this seller and related products, and then that's it. All right, so let's now go and build our product, our single product template. First of all, everything cannot fit in here, so we have to split. We have to split this in another component. So you have to create another component to actually handle the display of a single product. So we can do something, for example, if you have a product, we don't need to have this one. If product ID and then we have a product, what we want to do is we just get rid of this from here. Actually, everything, just return a single product. And we don't have this single product, so let's go and create it. All right, so to create this, we have to go to component and then search for products and then add a single product dot JSX. So let's create single product. Okay, so we can do const single product, and then we return product, but we require, let's see, require product, and then show required some stuff. For example, show, say for example, show add to cart, show just some stuff. For example, show add to white list, but we don't have add to wish list, but we don't need this one. Instead, we can say something. For example, show related, show related product, stuff like that. But for now, let's just go and export the function. And also, we want to create now. For example, let's create props. A single product dot props. So for prop types, we just pass, let's say, product. Product is actually required, is object and is required. And then show add to cart is a button, it's not required. And then show also related is not required. And we want to import prop types from prop types. Okay, so if you have a product, so now we can check whatever was here. If you see whatever was here, you can actually copy this one, everything, and then undo it. So let's try to just paste everything here instead. So product name, all of it. So if you want, you can we could actually do sharp. So do something like example sharp, and then pass the product. But I just want to keep like this. I'm sure I'll get error, whatever, but let's try. We can actually check if it's not empty. It just depends. Let's try to focus on something else for now. We will get back to this to improve. Okay, so here we can actually, let's try to import a single product now. We should import the single product. And then if you save, make sure here also you saved here. If you save and then go back to, this is our application. This is the original application. This is now our application. If you now try to reload, a product not found. So that means you didn't pass the product as a param, as a prop. So let's say product, we pass product. And then show add to cart. So this depend. Let's say for example add to cart, let's set to true. And then let's set show related to true. So for product, if you get product, whatever product you get, you just pass here. The product we are actually passing is from this one we are getting from the server. This one. We set the product and then we pass it down here to the child component, and then this is the child component. So we just save that. So the product now is here. Okay, that's not seat. That's not a seat yet, but we want now to at least design our product body, and then so we can continue. But before that, I want to show you that if a single product, we want to do some couple of things here. First of all, if single product, let's say show related product, we can show related product. So if let's check for example, if show related, so we show related product. So if I go back down here, now we show the related product. So that means a related product is being loaded optionally. So if you accept to load it, we load. And then also we can also add another option to show, let's say for example, show more items from seller, which is actually the store. If yes, we can actually show much item here. Let's say for example, um, show show items, show more items from seller. So this one does not exist. We can also add it here. So this one will also be a prop. Type boolean. So if you go back to the store, okay, what you want? You want to show this one here. Show more item. Which is, let's say that to true. So back, you want to see more item from seller. Back to application. Now you have more item from seller. All right, guys. So here, a few things we need to do here. First of all, we need to create a component to handle more items from seller or store. Secondly, to handle the related product. Let's go and do that. So from single product, what we want to do, instead to pass this guy here, we want to create another, let's create another component called related, or first of all, more items from seller .jsx source component product more items from seller. Okay, so we want to create this function const more item from seller, and then we just return this one. Next, we also want to create related product .jsx. This is going to be source component and then related product. So const related product, and then we just export related product. Looks like we have something wrong in here. Nope. Let's try again. Const related product, and then export related product. Okay, we can close them for now, but before closing, let's say that okay, the product is required. So product is required. So now the related product now, because we want to get that product, we want to get to know which product is there, so that you can carry some product from the database according to the one we have, categories or whatever. Also we need on this one, we also need product. We could pass product or just store ID, whatever you want is okay. And then prop types also, which is going to be prop types, prop types, but we need to import that. We need to import prop types. Make sure to import it also from related product. Okay, for now let's close these two and then back to our single product template. So instead to return this, let's just do parenthesis and then return. Actually I can just return that more 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 items, more item from seller, then close. Let's say more items from seller. Let's try to import it. Manually import more item from seller. Also import related products from related products. So if now back here we need, let's see, we need product, so we can pass the product, and then also we need to pass here related product, also need the product. Okay, so now you see now our template is clean, so we don't have much things in here to do. What I can do, we are actually going to clean all of this. We can use ChatGPT to clean up. Let's close this one and this one. But for now, let's focus on a few things here. Okay, a related product. If you now go back to our application, this is our application. You can see those two things still here, related product and whatever. But you can try to give it a little bit style before dive into the various functionalities. We can do some stuff, for example, say class names. So for class name, let's say, for example, let's say, okay, wide to full, and then margin bottom, so space margin bottom to 6. What else? That's it. Item from seller, and then let's just give title H1. Class name to H, let's say text. Okay, for large, let's say text to XL, and then font for large 2XL or 3XL, depend on how you want to set it. I will, all right, and then we don't need this one. Underline, and then font bold, and then font bold is already there. You can just do margin bottom to full. That's it. And then more item from the seller. So here now we will show the items, but we don't have it yet. We just keep it like this. I think that's it. Okay, that's it. So if you go, this is what we have. We can also add, I don't know, let's have a look what we have here. More item from seller. All right, this is what we have here. Next, let's also very quickly add for the related. So you're going to do the same thing actually. There's now nothing much. Can copy this one and then just return this one, just return related product. And if you go to our application. Now we have a related product. Okay. Oh, now let's stop here for this, and then let's go back to our application, to our single product, to just build now the single product. So let's have a look for the original one. The original one we have, actually, if you go to small screen, see now we have just column. We have sorry, we have everything is going now block, column. We have top, and then what the everything was on the side is going to like below of the many content. So okay, so all right guys, so I have a design here, so I'm just going to paste this one here. I have a designer, so I'm just going to paste this here to save some time. All right guys, so I paste some HTML plus classes here, styling. So it is not there is no actually much thing. It's just style the body before start now adding our functionalities. So if I save this one and then I go to our app, this is what we have. We don't have much, but now you see we need to at least make some changes here. You can see we will actually correct this. First of all, let's go here, show the product detail, product title, product name, prices, all of that. Here is product details. So, and then the side here we got return. There's actually nothing here. So first of all, let's go back to our product, a single product. We want to start adding. First of all, we want to add. Let's try to add. Just follow the AI here to see what you get. But we don't need this one because we have the description already. Instead, we need name. Okay, so here, actually, you want to show the image. You want to show the product image, but instead of that, we want to use we want to zoom the image. Let me show you what I mean. If you go to a single product, you see you can zoom this image. So we are using a package called let's say React Zoom. This is the package you are using. This is the package you are using. So make sure you have it. Let me have a look again. Go to our package JSON. Search for Zoom. This is the one we are using. You can choose to use something else, but in this project, we are just using this one. We choose to use this. All right, so this is the package, and then if you see also for the usage of this, there's many packages you can use in online, so you can have your time to choose which one you want to use. Okay, so let's focus first of all in adding content. We will work on, you can work on finding something else if you want. First of all, we want to show we want to show title. Some few things here we want to show. So image, after image we'll have product title. This is the main content, so we'll have product title, product just title, and then the design we have here is image on a side and then title. So that means we need to have a block here, flex. So this one is block, displays block by default. For large screen is actually flex. So this is what we are doing here. So we can actually use zoom, can call zoom, and then for zoom you need the image. So you need to pass our image imd. For img source, which is going to be a product.image. So we need to import this. So we can do import zoom, import zoom from React medium image zoom. That's it for that. Okay, so we can actually, we are going to fix all this one. We can work on fixing all this. So try to save and then go to our app. This is our app, and then we don't have error. If you reload, we don't have error, but we want to see, first of all, we want to go to our back end to see this is the image, and then this is how we're supposed to access the image. So just call image. So you can call it image, or you can call it image or image URL. So we are calling it image, image, and then product title. For image, actually, we can wrap this. First of all, here is going to be a title. So where title, we are going to have title plus title plus product prices, all of that. So by default is full, and then we can set, but for medium or large, for large is equal to is 50% of the wide. So now title, which now we can set to sorry, h1 class name, actually large, just a larger, set large. If is now medium or large screen, if it's large screen, now can set to text to text to XL is okay. So product name, not title. So we'll have price down here. We have several things. You can have, let's say, for example, we can have just a line to divide, and then a price and all of that. We will add that. For now, let's try to just organize this one. But for here also, we need to set to wide, and then if it's small, wide to full. If it's a large screen, and then we just set to 50% of the size of the parents. Okay, so we save that, and then this also go back. This is our application. We have image, And then we also have the title. Is actually the same thing here. If you see the same thing, the title is not bold, so we can change that by just remove bold. Can you font semi bold? Okay. And then what else you want to add? So we can actually also add, let's say, paragraph. We want to set the prices. Paragraph class name. Let's say, for example, okay, let's say margin bottom to 4, and then text to small, text to extra small or small, whatever you want to set. But for large, if it's large, text to small. Okay, and then let's say text to gray, a bit lighter to make difference, to give some difference between. So we're just going to say, let's just say, give some text here. Actually, the same text is from just here. We can copy this text and then just add it to our application for testing. So you can type it. So if you save it, you go back to our application. This is the original application. You can see MERN e-commerce, and then we have e-commerce app. This is ours. Okay, so what else? We have so much things here we can do. I can also just add it very quick and then get back to you, or we can type it. So you can also skip if you like to skip for this. If you like to skip this one, we have rating. So for rating, we just let's just copy this text here. We add it there manually. Actually, like this. This is it. What else need to add there? Okay, I need to now add to cart button. So for the add to cart button, we can actually go to Flowbit and then search for buttons. If you see, we have got a button here. Let's find one. We can get that yellow one. The yellow one is here. Then copy that. It's actually just a button. There's no icon. So add the button here. So for that button, it will be, let's say, add to cart button. Add to cart button. So you can add, but let's wrap that in a div and then margin top to 4. So remember to do control plus dot to get the fix all. So save, but instead of that, you can say add to cart. You want to make sure that you remove this one, padding bottom, but let's say white to full. This is the button. Okay. We also need let's see what we have here. we need at least some space between. We could have wrapped this in a list to actually just get space between. We can also do something for something like this. Let's say block and then space y. So for example 3 space between. Yeah, we want to get space between. So this one, let's put margin bottom to 4. Okay, we have much to add. Very, very little things to correct. Details, don't worry about details, is already here down. We are just working on the original product to see the details, what everything we need to add. So let's add price first. Let's show price. If you see the text, sorry, sometimes I'm going very fast. Have to understand at least. So if you see, we have price here. Original we have, so original application we have price here. So if you just copy this price, copy this one, and then try to add it to right after this one. Let's say price. So if you set, we want to set price. So let's use AI to see what we have. But instead, let's set this price here to see. Back to our application. This is what we have. In fact, we want to add, we want to show discount. So we can do something, for example, we can show price. Let's go the example from AI. So that means we can wrap this in a span. Let's add this in span. And then class name semi-bold. Semi-bold. Or we can also just set bold. And then we can now set the price. But if you want to, let's add discount. Span also. And then the class name. So this one now will be text red. Instead of that, we want to show price. No, product dot discount. So for discount, we will now just add some percent here. Add percent, and then off. But now we need to wrap this in a flex, and then space between. Let's say, for example, just for item center. Yeah, save that, and then back to browser. This is our application. So the price, we have minus 24%. So we can actually change the color and do class name text to red. Class name text to red. So we can say is small, text small, but text extra small. If large, text small. But now we need to add this one dollar sign. So now you can see, for example, here we have dollar sign, show the price, and then of discount. You can show stock information. You can show actually stock information. So to show that, you can go just a little bit down here. Don't worry about this warning messages. We will use AI to clean up so that we can to speed up the refactoring the code. So we just use AI to clean up. So let's add the stock information. So for that one, we're going to just paragraph. It is in stock. Okay, that's shipping information, and then have stock. So in stock it shows 4, but you can see here it's showing in stock 4 in stock. That's okay. What else you need to add there? Shipping info and then rating. I think that's it for now. That's it for now. If you click on image, is a zooming image. We are actually having we are actually zooming the image, but we need to fix that error, that problem. So what we should do to fix that is, first of all, let's make sure that image is full. Class, let's fix the image. Product name, you add the product name, and then also let's add classes. Class name, wide to full, or you can set wide to auto. Wide to auto, and then a rounded dash, rounded medium. That's okay. Let's try to reload. This is what we have. If you click, this is how you're seeing. We are viewing our the image, our image. Okay. First of all, let's clean this one. Let's clean this. Let's use AI to clean up. So just copy the whole thing. Control L, Control A to copy everything, and then let's go to AI. So let's clean up this code. Okay, this is okay. This summary of change, modular components, the product info and sidebar component improve readability, can be reused or modified independently. Prop type update, fix prop type typo and add the required. Okay, let's just copy. You can actually go and review all the updates, but we have to save sometimes. This one here, see, looks like we have much to correct. Product info, let's save that to see. We will walk through on the updates. That's the problem for AI. If you give AI code to update, it should happen that happened that it doesn't work anymore. All right, guys. So we have things to correct here with the designing, all of that. Looks like we didn't even. This is just we still have also something to correct with something to correct here. See our original application. If you can zoom the image and then close it. So we have something to correct here. So correct the designing style, all of that. So let's go and do it. All right, guys. So before moving further, I want us to make some modification here. Fix this error a little bit. Uh, this is our original application, but if you go to our application, fix the footer error. So we can go to application, search for footer, Control G, app footer, search for app footer. This one is actually from the component footer, and then this. So just can do control A to control plus A to copy everything, and then we want to go to chat GPT, and then let's just paste it here. Let's ask to clean up this one. So we wait for chat GTP to clean up the app footer, since which was copied from Flowbit, and then we just paste it in our template, but we need to adjust some few things there. Okay, this is the improvement made there. So let's copy to just keep going fast, copy everything and just paste it back here. See the change, all of that. We can save it. If it doesn't work, we can reload the chat GPT to see. This wasn't okay. Let's try to reload. In fact, could ask to, let's say, clean up only style, fix only style. We only want to clean up style. We don't want to create some more stuff which are not going to work on our application. So undo this change. So wait for only style. So when you are using ChatGPT to clean up your code or to create some stuff, you must be careful, because most of the code are generated are not working 100%, are not working 8%. So you must follow up to know exactly what is happening. Yeah. All right. Let's copy this one. Spacing, margin. Let's go. Let's just take to application. Copy. Let's paste this again, and then save. Reload. Okay. This is the update. Update for footer. So we just have if you minimize all of these things, you see have footer sections which has just shown the titles, um, titles, links, titles. That's it. And then we have social links, and then social media icons. That's it. And then the following one, if you scroll down a little bit up here, so we have a column. Let's see, for example, here we have flex. This is actually the first part here. This is the first part here. You can see this part, and then we have the second part. For the first part, we have the name, app logo, and then grid, which is a grid tree, and grid tree. We have this section, footer, all of this. So it's nothing much here. It's just a little bit of design. So you can decide to design or get a nice footer to use for your app. For now, let's just go with this one. But at least you see this one is a bit clean. But what I want to do is we want to get some space between the page. If you see this app here, at least we have some space. So to get that space, you see much space here and here at top, also include the bottom. So to get that space, we have to go use close the footer, go back to single page. You can go to single page, or you can go to app layout. This is our app layout. We see we have pending Y. If you save pending Y, sorry, if you save padding Y, you see how the padding Y we have a space like this, but you can also add space from right and left. This one you can increase, let's say for example to 8 or 16. 16. But if it's small and then medium, we want to padding to 2. Can keep padding to 2. So it's the same thing if you set small padding to 2 and then large. So this only for the small big screen from laptops to computers, desktop, you to only pick from 16 app from large screen. So this one, this is much better. This is much better. All right. So what do you want to do next? We want to work on image. For image, we can also we want to use ChatGPT. Please go ahead and close this one, and then this one you can keep this the store we are working on, still working on that. So let's copy this one to speed up. Let's copy and then use this ChatGPT also to speed up. Let's clean up this one. So we have two response here. So here is a cleanup code for your single product component. I have optimized it, spacing, improving readability, and ensured consistent formatting without alternative functionality. Okay. The second one, which one do you think we should take? So this is depend with which one. So what I can do, just scroll and then let's start with this one first. Let's take this one. We want to speed up because we have much to work on. Let's try to reload, go back to our application. Reload. We will work on a zoomable. This one, we will work on this one later. But let's focus first of all on the functionalities. So first of all, let's focus on loading more product from seller, more product from seller, and then deleting this product and create the proper product. And then we're also adding this information here. First of all, if you want to, you can access the product information. This one. you can actually get the store data. So let me, in here we'll have a store. Store is equal to object. So for store, we can get the store. Let's create the store const. Const store is equal to product.store. We want to access the store. So if you have the store down here, this is the sidebar, which we can say, okay, the sidebar can take store. Let's say store, and then we can take a product instead. It's a product. So up here, I'll just pass the product for the sidebar. This is the sidebar. Just pass product there, and then we have the section. We have the main section. Okay, so now get rid of this one. Instead, you can copy it and then use it in this one. So we have to replace this with the curly bracket if you want, or you can just directly access the store. You want to see what is it to the main application, to the original application. So we need to have store details here. We need to have this store details. So for now, we only have store information. So we can do delivery, and then have shadow, seller information, all of that. They don't have store location, but instead, if you go back to our back end to see the information about store, this is the store model. Want to see, we have store name, so need to get the store name. This is the store name, and then location, we don't have location for the store, but we have description. We have description, we have performance, and all of that. So we can just copy the one available. So save that. But also we want to redirect user to store. This is the original application. You see, if you click on the view, you click on the user on the store, this actually open the store ID, open the store. If you click on this one, it actually open the store. So in order to do that, actually just wrap this in curly bracket. So return this one, so return return this. So now we can create a function here. Say const handle handle open store is equal to function. Okay, so on the click that function, we just want to handle the direction. On the click, we can actually use navigate window.open. Can use window.open. We can use navigate. So for example, you can use if you want to open a new tab. Let's try to open a new tab on click. So this is the store name. this one, we want to actually wrap in a div, a flex, and then item center, and also justify between. So we have seller information, and then we have visit store, but we want to add on click here to handle open store. Instead of having this, we don't want this one. We want to just icon, arrow icon. So to get that icon, you can go to material UI, icons, and then search for arrow. This is the one actually want to use. This one, so copy that one, and then we will use it. We just import it here. Sorry, we didn't import it. And copy it. Just here, and then arrow icon. So we want to add it here. Add the arrow icon here. And save. Back to application. I have to reload. Okay, so we have a problem. So we have a problem. So let's try to wrap this in curly bracket. Sorry, this one not this one does not exist. This is a problem here. Instead, we want to use um just say idea. What we want to use here instead, we can use location. Let's use navigate. But to use navigate, we need to import it. Let's import navigate. Import links. You can use navigate or links. We can maybe use links. We can is a bit faster. So link. So for the link, instead of having it here, huh, actually we import links and then navigate from a React route, and then that one we can also use it here. So you can say use navigate, and then here we just pass navigate, which is now is going to be yes, it's going to be store and then product.store ID. Okay, so is missing props. With these errors, we can check on these errors later. Okay, let's go back and try to reload. We have an error, which I believe is coming from here. Let's try to wrap this curly bracket, and then load. Now the error is gone. So if you click on this, now open our store, but there's no ID. Try to undo this. So to get the store ID, but If you want to get the store ID here, unless you pass the underscore, because the ID is not processed. So we can go back a little bit and then reload the page and then try to go again. So now we have the ID. Okay, we have the ID. But the thing is, we actually need to reload the path to remove this one. If you reload the page, yeah, so we can use window. Instead of that, we need to use window to use the window to navigate. So instead of using navigate like this, let's use window. So copy that. Why we use window? Because we want to refresh the page, reload the page, the browser. So I can use window, window dot window dot location, and then window dot location dot href, and then we set the ID, the location. So just go back a little bit, reload. The thing is, we want to reload the whole thing, so that you can grab the ID from that. So we can reload. First of all, you need to change here to underscore, or you can also pass the store ID. Store ID. If you go back, if you look at our back end, where we are returning the product, somewhere we have the store ID. We don't have it. Store ID is here, so we actually returning the store ID. So I can actually pass this through here. Now if you reload, go back to our browser, then step back, reload the page. So let's go again. Now we have the store ID. So something went wrong 404 because we don't have this the path. We don't have the, if you go to store template, this is the store. You want to see where you are making a request to the store. So this is the store, and then pass the ID. We don't have this, so we can actually create this from our back end. We can create this by just going to we need to create a new router to handle the store. Okay, we can create a new router to handle the store, or we can just use the route we have here. This one, let's pass, for example, let's say router dot get. So we can pass, let's say, for example, store, and then we pass the ID. So get store details, or let's say, for example, get store store details, and then create also another one. We can access, for example, store ID, and then let's say slash products. So just to get the products from store, you can pass product, or you can pass all. So store products. So of course we don't have all this one. We can create them. We can actually import them from here. So store, and then store details. So if you go back to copy this one too again, go back to our product, you can close this one temporarily. We go back to product controller, and then we need to export these two. We don't have them, we can create them. Store details, and then create also store a product. So for store details, we need to get the ID const ID from params, And then also here we need to get the same thing. We can also get the same thing, but first of all here we need to get the product. For example, say get store details. Store details. I don't know why is that happening there. Store details. So for that, we can do try catch. Try catch. First of all, check if you have store detail. Say if store, if ID, we can return error that okay, store is not store ID is required. Okay, close that if you don't have store ID. So this one is actually the same thing here down here for getting store product. And then scroll again back to the top. So now we want to check, we want to get the store, const store is equal to await new store, find by ID. We have to make sure that we have the store. Store is here, plus also model, product model is there. All right, so store, okay, get store found by ID. So if store is empty, we check if the store is empty, so we return that okay, the store does not exist. Return 404, store not found. Else we just return the store 200 and then store. But if you catch error, handle error, so 500 internal server error. Okay, but that's to search for the store, to get the store detail. Now getting the store product, and then also we want to check for the store. We still have to check for the store again. We check for the store. Just copy the same thing. Scroll down a little bit. Here we also want to do try catch. If star catch, try catch. So if the store, if we find the store, we will send it back. We continue, else store not found, and then we are not returning the store in case, in fact, we want to get now the product from the store. So you can do product is equal to await product.found, where is the store ID, and then now we return the product. So we don't want to return the raw product like this. We want to process them, but also handle errors. If you get error, return the errors. So we want to process the product. So to process the product, we can do something, for example, so to return the product, you can map. Let's say map product to processor. So we can do const process product is equal to promise all. So we want to map in all. So we can do okay. Product, and then we get a single product. We pass them to process product, which we are getting up here. This is the process product, which is here. So we just want to process the product, get the image, fully part of the image, the discount, calculate all of that. So we have to use a promise to wait for every single product to complete, and then so we can also first of all, we pass the product, we get the product, we return the whole product. So what we want to return, we want to return this one. Another thing, we can we will update this instead to get all the products to, let's say for example, just get few of them. So we can do popular. What we want to do is, let's say for we product, and then we find the store ID by store ID, but we can do popular, uh, popular store. So if you go to single to product model, so we want to get by store, we want to get by store ID. So popular store. Okay, if you get the product, we also like to limit. Don't want to get everything. We could also do the limit, all of that. But for now, let's limit from here. Okay, so in fact, we could have removed this promise. We could actually remove the promise. So just process the product. So we can do what should I, for example, we want this one. In fact, we can do map. Just do map directly. We don't want that one. Since here we already have this one is already await. So anytime you make a request to this function, you have to wait for response. So in this case, let's get rid of this and then just replace the product dot map. So we don't need this one. We don't need to call async here. Remove this one and then also remove this. Yeah, and then also remove that. So we don't need to put it a promise here or to promise all here. We just uh, call the process single product, and then when you call a single process single product, you must have to wait. When you call it, you must have to wait from here. Since we have already await async the function we are calling. Okay, so I think this is it for this backend. Let's make sure that we have the right route. So in this case, let's start with get the store details. If you copy this, go back to our front end where now we are calling the get the product, get the store details. So instead to have this one here, we now, since we are making the request from the product model, a product route, this is a product route, check here. And then if you go to our app.js application, so you see now this is the route for the product. So that means if I want to access the store, I must have to do something like this. So you must have to pass the API, pass the product, and then pass the store, and then ID. So this is what is going to do happen here. So if you go to the front end, we are going to pass products here. Pass products, yeah, and then we pass the ID. That's okay. So if I go back to our application, reload. Okay, now we don't have the same error. Now we have a network error. If you go back to our application or to our backend and then to inspect the error. Okay, now we have an error. Okay, looks like a typo error in a route. Okay, this is supposed to be a route, not a router. Router is supposed to be a router. Okay, back and then reload. Okay, request failed with the status codes 404. So we must have to find out, is this error coming from the front back end or is the router? This one, is the error coming from here? Because here also we want to return 404. But if you see here, I say store not found. So if the error, it should be store not found. So we can inspect actually by just going to the front end and then try to reload. So we'll see, inspect the network request here. This is what I'm getting. So we are getting actually the HTML, so much things there. So the URL, so the issue with the URL, so we can fix that. This is the one. Have product stores. Remove this one. That's the error. Make sure there's no S. The error was actually was an S here, so remove that, get rid of that. And then try to reload, inspect again. Now we have again 404. Remember now this 404 here is about the product. First one, we make a request to the store. We get the store. We got the store data. If you preview this, the store active, all of that, the store name, all of that. So the second request, we made now the second request, which was now for to get now the product ID, to get the store details, store's product, which now we get is 404. So we need to work on that. We can go back to our app router here. Go back to backend and then product route, and then this is how we're supposed to make request. So we can copy the same thing, just copy here, go to front end to see how we are making request. So for front end, we may see now we are making a request. Remove the store, remove the S again, and then we must pass products here. If we will put here, just add comment. So we must pass product first because the route is for product, and then pass the store, and then pass the store ID, and then pass the product. So the last one, remember this is the last bit, the path. So you can say, for example, product, you can say all products or get product, whatever you want. So this is we just want to call it want to have it just like this, this router, this path like this, store slash id slash products to get all the products. So back to our back end. So this is we pass the id, we pass the products first one, and then store id, and then product. So you save that. Now go back to our application, try to reload. Want to see all the products. So now we have store details. We get the store details, the store name, and then we need to get now we now need to get to show the product actually list. So if you see we are getting the product, we search the product. So to see all the products, must scroll down. Right here, if you have the store, if you have the store ID or whatever store details, you show it here. So what we want to do, remember we have now this store, we have this store index, the function here, which is you take now the store details plus the product to show it. So we want to use this function here instead of handling everything here. So I'm just going to get rid of let's see if we remove this one. So we want to return the store details. Oh, no, we want to return the store. So import store. Sorry, import store. So save that. Now our code is a bit shorter. If there's no store, we return no store found. But instead of doing this here, we could just return the store. Just take this one and then return this guy here. So the rest from here, from index here. So if you come here, we can check now. Can check if you have store. If store, we show store, else we can return here. We can also return parentheses and then say no store. let's say for example div. Okay, we return the store data and then else no store found. Let's say no store found. Okay. Store details, we don't want to, we just skip that one for now. Just store details. So and then we'll get product, you pass product ID, name, price. That's temporary, we will fix that. So now if you reload, no store found, you want to see if we actually have we are actually getting a store here. Store details. So back where we want to use the store, where we want to use this one. So we want to pass the store details and the store ID and the store product. So save that. Back to application. Now this is what we have. So we have a store name, then the store details. So we can see how we are just passing the logo and then the store. So that's it. So we can do the same thing here. Let's come to index. So we can actually wrap this in a div. Let's say for example flex and the space x to 2 pixel to 2 space x to 2 and then we can also do item center. Here we'll have logo and then name, title, and then we'll have that's it. Yeah, that's it. If you want, you could also wrap in a block. Yeah, so this one would say item start. So down we'll have let's say store description for the store. So store description, store name, and then description. For the logo, we can do image store logo. But we know we don't have logo, so we can check if you don't have logo. If no logo, we can pass we can use the placeholder. If you don't have logo, you can use something, for example HTTPS and then so vi placeholder vi dot placeholder dot com slash for 50 plus 150 to just get some space there. So we can ignore this all, but we can also work on fixing it. So why is we are getting these errors? This is the original application. Let's go to our application. This is our application here. Start to reload again. Okay, but we have to make sure that our the store actually is empty. The store ID. Okay. If you want to give some style for the title, you can do class name, text that is looks like a bit bigger. We can to give a title to give the name and give the text to 2 pixel, but if it's large, I'll do text to 3 pixel. 3 pixel. So 2 XL, and then if it's large, 2 pixel. But for the store logo, we can actually do size. Let's say size 10, and if medium, size, if it's medium, size to 16, and then if large, can set, that's okay if it's large. Okay, this is what we have now. The details, if you want it to appear here, it's okay. If you want it to there, so just depend on your design. If you want to appear there, so that means you can remove here, remove this, and then add from bottom here. Instead, just wrap this in a block, and then can do item center. And now this one is actually under. Okay, so display product listing. We can actually create a template. We want to create a template. For example, if you go to our product, we want to create a template which we can use to show the products like this. So we can use grid. If you go to change here to div, and then just pass the grid, and then pass this one to class name. Okay. So now for this, we want to pass a div, so we want to pass this one, and then now you can use the map. So if you have product, we can now do map here. So map, you can pass a div, and then product name, or all of that. So if you go back, we want to see what is it here. It's actually nothing, unless you want to give some class name, and say class name, and then pass border around it, and then maybe pass shadow small. So let's see, go back to application. This is what we get, but we want to have some space, so we can have let's just wrap this in another div, because we meant to add some stuff. For example, the top, three. So we can give a title here, for example, products. Okay. But we need we need more space. We need more space between. Okay, this is what we have. This is for products. The card we will fix that. So we have this one 4. This is also grade. This is grade 3. So you can change that to grade 4. Just come here, and then if it's small, it's 2. If it's big, is 4. If it's small screen, is 2 column, and then if it's big one, is actually 4. Okay, now we have 4. Okay, so I want us to work on one thing, which is product card. Card, let's say our card, a product card for feed, which you can use for feed. Instead to keep repeating the same thing here, we can go to single product folder, product folder, and then create a reusable component. Let's call it product card, so for feed .jsx, product card for feed, and this is going to be in a component slash product, then product card for feed. We don't need that. Let's just focus on this one. Now const product card for feed, we take product and then we return product name, and the rest we're just going to export the product card. Just simple as that. And then we want to we want to now product card dot prop types, and then we pass product. Product is actually an object, so we need to import this. Import prop types. Okay, we can actually disable in this file. So we can also do the same thing here to avoid these errors. Also, we are not using this. We can actually get rid of this, and then up here we are not using this also. Now at least the errors are gone. So go back to product and then try to disable also. Now instead of passing this, we want to pass product, say product card for feed, and then we want to pass the product as a prop. Just close that. That's it. So if you go back to our application, try to reload. We're supposed to have the same thing. Yeah, supposed to have the same thing here. Let me have a look. Product, and then product name is save that. Try to reload. We have an error. Oh, it should have a unique key. Sorry, we can redo. Just go a little bit here, but instead we can actually we copy the key, the unique key, and then let's just go redo it again and then pass the unique key. Unique key is read there twice. Let's see. Do you need to wrap it in a div? But you need to wrap it in a div. So to handle that issue, you can wrap it in a div. Let's say div, and then pass unique key, product ID, and then get rid of take this one. So also remove the unique key. We'll save that there. Now reload. The prop should have unique key. Where is that error coming from? We can copy. Let's try to remove this one. Just paste this here, and then get rid of the div and replace this here. Unique key. We start with the unique key, then pass the rest. Okay, let's try to reload again. 27, line 27. Here is 27. But is one thing here. We want to check if we will actually have if actually the product dot length. Let's check that one first, and then we'll come to the unique key. But let's check if we have a product. we can check. So if product and product.length, the product.length is greater than 0, we want to show this. Else no products. Now let's see if we have products. Okay, we can speed up to debug this issue. Let's copy this and then go to AI to clean up. Let's clean up this code. No, let's check. Or unique. Okay, the AI is still reviewing the code so that we can keep moving. Okay, they changed the proper type definition, corrected store.prop types, added details sharp for store. Okay, let's copy this one first, then add this back here. Try to reload. We still have the same error. ID is marked as a. Can I go back to here? Product prototype, product name. Let's also try to remove this one, just pass lorem. Save. We need to change this one to prototypes. Prototypes. Try to reload. Now that one is working, but it's something I want to see. There's something we want to see here. Is sorry, it's here actually. If you could console.log product, you want to see console.log product to see the data. Go to small screen. Also.log product. Product is object. Looks like looks like there's nothing in here actually. Let's go back to product store. The store products. This is store products. We are getting product, and we need to we need to process the product. But what I can do, let's try to console.log the product here, products here. Now reload to see what we get from the back end. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Actually, I'm getting promise. In this case, so we need to wrap it in a promise. So that means we can do const process is equal to you. So let's use a promise then. Okay, now let's console.log again. Sorry. Console.log product again. So back and then try to reload. Now we are getting product. Okay, so even here, up here, we need to wrap it in the promise. Where is it again? Oh, this is actually the one. Okay, so we need to write this. We need to pass promise to wait for the product, to wait for the product to get ready. So now the error is gone. Prototype div, misspelling the prototype. Oh, prototype instead of prototypes. Where is it? In store index. Store index somewhere. So you scroll down, you may see this error. Is it here? Store index. Here, let's try to reload. Component store declared prototypes in 112 instead of prototype. Did you misspell the prototypes? Oh, where is it actually? 112. So what I like to do, I can copy this. Let's give it to AI to review. Let's clean up this. So can clean up this code. So just give it to AI to clean up for you. So sometimes when we are typing, there's some errors, typos. You can just give it to AI to at least clean up for you. All right, remove keys for each product. Okay, let's try to copy that and then back. Let's see. Just save the one we have. Go back. Try to reload. But it looks like the error is there, still there. But you can also copy this one. Copy this one, and then let's give to AI to also review this one. Just paste the code. Let AI review the code. Scroll down to just view the change. All right. Unique ID product. Okay, let's copy the code. You don't want to read. You just want to. So when you are working, try to set your AI to have at least access to AI so that it can speed up the development. You don't have to waste all your time and by working, fixing whatever. Okay, this is it, but we still have the same error. We don't have the error is gone. Okay, what was the change? So you can review the change, fix the prop types case, changed prototypes to prop types as required by React. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is it. This is product. This is a product card for feeder. But we can now try to design the card. First of all, we see if you see our application, the original application, we got a picture, and then we got here the discount. So let's work on that now. So for that, cursor hover, we have cursor hover is pointer, and then image. Okay, let's see from flow bit. Anything can use from here. Let's type product. I can type product card. It's a product card. So you can choose to use this one if you want, or you can use this one, or you can use something else. So it depends on which one you want to use. Or if you want to design exactly the same one, you can. If you copy this one, we can copy. So you can also copy. Just go to AI, ask AI to use this as a card. So let's use. Let's use this code to design the card. To design the card. So you can use this one. So AI can help you update your card, product card with that design. Alternatively, we can copy. So just copy the code. So remember, it's this flow bit. So you can use flow bit to get a pre-designed card, or you can, if you like to design by yourself. So it depends on how much time you have to spend on it. But for example, this card here, it can let's replace this one here, and then remember we can do control plus dot to edit all. Up to here we have an error. So we can forget about, ignore that, and then just go back to our product. This is what we have. So if we will use it by ourselves, but we can also expect the one from AI. The one from AI. So you can go just copy this one and then replace this with the whole template. Then save that, go back to our, try to reload. Looks like the one from AI got some issue. Let's see what they changed. Return the card, image. The one from AI got issues, got some issues. So what we can do was better to just copy. You copy the card and then go to our application and paste it here. So for now, what we can do, we can just change the image. Product.image. We can actually undo it so that you can use the one which was selected. So now let's create image. For example, const img is equal to image.imd. So if you don't get image, we can use placeholder, but we don't have placeholder image here. So you can actually use create a folder here. In asset, you can add another folder, for example, image. So in image now you can use to add all of these placeholders. So you can search for a specific placeholder. So placeholder image. This one, I don't know which one you can use. You can try this one. I don't know, just any. You can try any. but I'm not going to use it in this video. But I'm just showing you an example that you can use placeholder, or you can also use, alternatively, you can use the one from HTTP VI placeholder, something like that. I don't know the specific design, whatever you need to pass there. So now we can now use our image in here. Instead, we're just going to replace here with the curly bracket, and then we pass our image, and then this will be product ID, product name. So if you save and then back, now this is what we have. We've got now our product here. I don't know if you think it's too big. I don't know. You think it's too big compared to this one? Is it too big, or you need to resize it a little bit? So depend. Let me know in the comment. Okay. So for prices, we have price, add to cart. This depends on how we want to handle it. Let's work on add to cart. For that, you need to go down here. You can just use the curly bracket and then you put the price. Now we have price there. Price is there. So we want to show the discount here. For example, if you go to our original website, you have a discount here. So we want to show that on the corner here. So what we can do, can go this one, instead to have this, you can use link. Let's import link. Import link. Sorry, link from React DOM. Okay, first let's try to link the product. To open the single product, when you click, here is the card, but when you click, so you want to append the ID here. Actually reload the page, use the link. So for this, here, instead of using this, you can use the link, and then we just replace to, which now we just pass, we will pass store, and then we pass product.store ID, and then we pass question mark, and then product ID. We pass the ID. So that's the link. So can copy the same link. So if you also want, you could just create something here, and instead to repeat ourselves, just say URL. We don't have it. Let's create it here. Const URL is, sorry, const URL is equal to this one, but let's call it something else. Let's say product link. This makes sense. Product link. And then down here, we also want to open this one on click. So I want to change to link to, say, product link. Sorry, product link, and then somewhere else we also want to link. Okay, let's test that first. On the click, so now we are opening, now able to open the simple product. So easy. Now we can go back to all products or single product, but I've noticed something, and I don't know if you notice it. If you go to single product and then you go back, so we are not showing the loading speed now. We will show it. We're going to work on that. First of all, we don't need this one. We don't want to show the add to cart here, so I can get rid of that. we want to show add to cart only if you are on a single product. So that means if you are on a single product, you show add to cart. And then from price, let's try to just clean a little bit. And then also we can clean up a little bit this one. This the rating. We can actually get let's get something. Let's have a look first. For this one we can use let's see original what we have the same thing. So since in this video we are not going to cover the ratings, if you like, please leave the comment below. I will work on that one. So what I can do here is a copy. Let's just create another component. Let's say rating. Let's call it product rating.jsx. So I can call const product rating, and then we can actually pass the rating, and then we will return this one. Can also just export the rating, but we don't have the ratings yet. We don't have the ratings, but what I can do instead, let's first of all import the ratings, import the prop types. Prop types. Put prop types from React prop types, and then we just want to pass rating. Instead of passing a rating like that, we could just pass a product. Pass the whole product, and then is a object. Let's say, I don't know, we want to pass we just pass a rating because we can do update the ratings here, whatever concerning the product. I will show you how we can do it, but for now let's make sure that this is an object. Let's just make sure this is an object. Okay, let's try to make sure this is an object. I'm trying to see prop types. Prop types dot object that is required. So this is now product. This is a product. So we can create ratings is equal to product. We can I don't know. For now we don't have we don't have this, so this will create an error. We don't want to do that. You can just leave that alone. Instead, we just want to return this one, the one we copied from there. We don't want to have so many things there. We can cover that topic for another day. So for here, we go now to product card feed. We want to call the rating. Let's add rating. So for rating, we can do product rating, and then we pass the product. So now the place is clean. If you come back, the same thing is still here. Even if you reload it, it's still there. So that means everything could have done here, or would have done from this component, you will do it there. What else you have to do here? This one, if it's small screen, could be base, and then medium text could be XL. Yeah, that's okay. Semi bold is okay. Image, and then I also want to do object. Object cover, sorry, object cover. Yeah. Okay, what else you have to do? I think for now this component is okay. This component is fine for now. If you go to small screen, let's go to phone. Let's say for example iPhone. We have this is 2. So we can choose to have 2, or to have 2 columns, or to have just 1. So this depends on how you want to set it. For example, if you just set 1, this will happen, so it will show like this. So this depends. Let me know which one do you think is better. Please subscribe and give us some comment there. What one do you think is better, to show 1 or 2? We can say, for example, for small, let's say small screen 1. For medium, set it to 2. And then for large, we can set the large set to 3. Large set grid, and then column to 4. Large column to 4, medium to 2. So it just depends on which one you want to set exactly, which size you want. So if you have this, that's how it's much responsive. If you go to, for example, mini, we get now to 2. If you go to let's use a responsive 2, and then we have 3 if you get to desktop size. All right, guys, this is it for product. If you want to add something else here, we want to show the discount. This is what I wanted to do first. We want to show the discount. For this one, we can try. Let's ignore that. In this one, to avoid this error, we will get back to that component later. For this, we having problem here, so we can check if image is not equal to nil. What we can do, we can copy this one. I copy this, then we check logo, const logo is equal to if, okay, let's check. I want to make sure that it's not empty, because it's a string. So if it's not equal to nil, it's not equal to nil, it's not equal to nil, or it's not equal to, or can do, or let's do, or is not equal to empty string, because it's a nil. So I wonder why is it keep still showing the same thing, if it's not equal to nil or is not equal to empty string. So let's try that condition there. So just pass this guy here, logo. Now let's try to reload again. We still have the same thing there. I know why, because we could have done this from the back end. From the back end, we can have done this, but if the image is not equal to nil, we pass that. Okay. we will work on that later. Let's keep going. We don't want to waste much time. All right, so we want to let's first of all pass the discount here, and then we will work on deleting the product, updating the product before going to the dashboard, all of that, and add to cart. All of these are waiting for us, and then also search. First of all, to add that, so we need to check for discount. So we can do something, for example, because we want to use the discount here. So if you want to use here, we can wrap this in a div. So we add a relative position, we add a relative. So we want to add an absolute. Let's say, for example, add now absolute. Let's say discount. Discount. So that's going to be span. Span. Absolute, top, and then left, blah blah blah. And then what we're going to do now, just going to pass our discount here percent. So you can see the position is discount, top is equal to 0, and then the right is equal to 0. So that means it should go this side, and then pixel, all of that, text, whatever. So we're just going to save that. Now this is what we get here. So you can see now discount is depending on the discount the user has set. All right, guys, so please leave us some comment and a like. Also subscribe. Thank you. Next, I think this is it for right now. So for rating, we are not working on the ratings. Huh? If you want to, just let me know. We will work on that. All right. Also we have discount here. I think it's the same thing. If this one discount is a 90, and this one discount is 25. See, you have the same discount here. Okay. Now we want to work on first of all, we want to work on this on a GISA, the content on the sidebar. If you go on try to go to a single product here, you'll see you have a seller's product. This is a name, this is the about the whatever, and then you have the performance. So let's go back to back end a little bit and then clean up. We have some things here. Let's see. Actually, it's not that bad. We want to see the information including store ID. Yeah, we want to see the information including store ID. But before that, I want to show you a keyword. I want to show you something which can help us to edit the product, to check if the current user can edit. So we want to check, let's say auth can edit the product, so is equal to boolean. So what we do is we can call a function. Let's say, for example, auth can edit the product, so we pass the product. All right, so this function, this one does not exist. We want to create this one. We can go to our middleware, or we can create this from a util here. Let's create a function. Say what can edit product. Oh, sorry. Go to JS. Check if current auth can edit a product. So we check if auth can edit the product. For that, we don't want to use that. For now, we don't want to use the request. So how we can do it, you can pass it here, or you can do it from a product. whenever you get the product, you get this one here, so we can also append the keywords. So instead to actually have it there, we can remove this, and because we only want to edit the product or update if you call the single product. So if, for example, let me show you. If this is our application, so if you are on a single product, we want to show you here where now we can edit or update the product or delete it. And then so what I can do uh, from back end, instead we can do something. For example, we can say let's just take a request. We only need a request, we don't need much more. And then here in a single product, in a product here, somewhere here, we just want to add this key here. Say process product. Let's see. We can do something, for example, process product, and then add this key here. Dot what can edit. So we just pass this key here. So we need to call this what can edit. Where is it? Import const. Sorry, const. What can edit is equal to not no. We don't want to pass that on the middleware. You don't want to pass that middleware. You just want to do something simple. Something simple. So you can do util. You actually want to access from util. Yeah? It's actually from utils, and then what can edit. So for this function, we just pass the just to check if the current user ID match the what ID. So we can pass a current the product seller ID match the user ID. So we can check. We can just pass. Let's say just pass a request. Pass a request. That's it. Request and then product. So if you are here, just pass. Let's say request, and then nope. Request and then product. Yeah. So what we want to do, there's not nothing much. Okay, just check if, for example, if you have a product, let's check if product, but we want to check first of all if the product exists. If product, okay, and also if you have a seller, if request.user, so we check if product.seller to string, if it's not equal to user.id, so we return false, or else we return true. So if now go back to product, and then I want to just console.log here, I want to console.log this one here. Let's see what we have here. I don't think this is correct. Why is that happening? Let me console.log this one first. Console.log processed product. Okay, we are waiting for the console.log there. Now this is our application. Remember, we have a Mango Express plus React Node e-commerce, and then we have a e-commerce app, this one here. So if I reload this one, control F5, yeah, we have an error. This is our backend. Error reference authenticate is not defined. Oh, it's not defined. Oh, huh. Why that? This is supposed to be here. This is actually the function we are calling. It's supposed to be, make sure it's the one, to match this one. This one, I don't know why is it coming in a parenthesis. It's not supposed to be in parenthesis. This is just, come on. All right, let's try again. Okay, let's see, we got another error. Is not a function. Oh, supposed to export it. Forgot to export the function. Let's try again. Okay, let's see now. This is it. Auto can edit is undefined. That's why auto can edit. What I want to do actually, auto can edit is undefined. Okay, what I can edit is undefined. We want to add a key. But let's console.log. Console.log. That's product, and then also console.log request. Okay, request.user. And here we can let's close this one. Let's remove this one for now. Reload this and then go back to see. User is undefined. Okay, since user is undefined, request, and then okay, user is undefined because when you are, if you go to the route, get single product, where is it? Get product ID, we are not passing the token, so we are not authenticating the user unless there is no token. If there is no token, we go here. If there is no token, so that means there is nothing. We don't get the user. In fact, we're supposed to pass. What you should do is actually go to single to where we are actually making the request to get the product. For now, we will work on how to create a reusable API. Instead to keep passing the same server and then the same request header, so we will reuse it. For now, let's work on, first of all, pass a header. We pass the token here so that we can access the token from the server. So authorization, we pass the session and then token. Since here we don't have session, we can now get the session. Let's get the session const. Session is equal to instead want to use authentication, but if you want to use authentication, you must import it. Import use authentication. All right, so what we do here now, okay, we just pass the bear token, so we will actually refactor our code so that we can reuse we pass the token automatically, the header, when we are actually calling the, when we are making the Axios request. So when we are actually making the request to the server. So in this case, now if we go back to the route, we don't need to pass anything here. For example, here, so the token is already included. So if there is no token, first of all, let's check here. If there is no token, yeah, there's no token. We want to get an error if the user is not locked in. So what in from our back end, we can now go where we actually wanted to access the token. So from now here, we want to access the user. Let's try to log in again, to reload again to see if you are able to get now the user. User is still undefined. But if you want to, let's just log token. Let's see the token. If you can, let's see the request. If you can see the token. This is the header. Agent bear token. But we don't have user. So since we don't have user, we can actually since we don't have user, because you are not passing anything here from the route, unless you said, okay, we can pass this here. Let's say auth, we pass our auth here. We have authenticated user, but we also have this auth here. If you don't want to do that, you can also, there's another way. You can just, okay, or from here you get the bear token. For example, if you go to authenticate user, we check, for example, here we check if they have user, all of that, and then if you have the header token, we access the header token. So you can do the same thing here. Sorry, copy this, go to, just paste this here, and then we want to get header. But we don't want to throw any error. We just want to check if you have token. So we check the header. If header start has token, we don't want to. If there's no token, we don't want to. You don't want to throw any error. So if the token, we don't want to do anything. Actually, get rid of this. We can skip this one, but we can come to the next one. Get the bear token, and then if you get so for this one, let's get this one. So we want to get the token from the header. Get the token from the header. Okay, but we can actually take this and then make some change here. So that means we can get the bear token only if it exists. Instead to check if it not exists, if it exists, if auth header, if auth header or auth header dot start with bear. So we want to take that. We want to now get the token. Yeah, we want to now get the token. So now we can do try catch, get the user, decode the user, the token, and send all of that. So we can now do the same thing here, which now we are just going to decode the user, and then we are not going to call next. No, just going to decode the user. If there is no error, if there is error, we can catch error. We can catch error. Yeah, but here we just want to get the user from the token. So we set the user to the request again. And then now, if down here, if I console.log the user again, let's close this one. Try to reload again. Oh, actually, we want to pass. Where is it again? So the user is actually there, but is few things. cannot read property and define to string. Yeah. Okay, the user is actually here, so let's see. Yeah. So we pass the request. So what we did here, we pass the request, and then we try to get the bear token, the token, and then they code the user. Okay, so seller, we can access the seller. We don't need to set it just to string. Product.seller. If you console.log product, let's comment this one. Console.log product. So to see what we have in product there, just reload again. There's no error. This user, and then this is the product. If you want to access the seller, so the seller is not directly there. In fact, you can get the store. So if you want to access the seller, we have to check for the store. Yeah. Or you can pass, also just go back to the product. I hope it's not too complicated for you. Huh? So where we are calling again, where you are calling process. So instead to pass product, we can actually, since we have seller, or we don't have seller, in this function here, if you see this function, so that means anyone can call it if you are logged in or not logged in. You can call this function. And then remember also we have another function which is which we call another middleware, which we call is checked is manager, is a rule where we check is manager and check if user is manager. You can also use the same function, the same method to check if the user is logged in, but we don't want to use this. We will use this for something else. Huh? In fact, we just want to go with our function. Since here there is no anyone can call this function, and we have no guarantee that the seller, the current user, is logged in. What we can do instead, we want to let's close this. We want to go back to our product, or to can edit. Okay, so we know that okay, in the request we can get user. But in a product, there's no way to find if the user is there. We can only get the store ID. All right, so we can access the store. So we can get the store. So that means let's get the user from the store. So we can do something, for example, so that means you can do something. We can go. We can do. Let's do, for example, current user. We get current user ID, but you want to get the store, the user. Say seller, or seller is equal to user is equal to await, and then we call product. Alternatively, you could have also passed to the product here. We only have store. We could have passed seller ID. Oh, we actually have seller. Actually, we have seller here. So I don't know why the seller is not appearing. We have seller here. We don't have seller. Why is seller not showing? So that means where we are creating the product, we don't have seller there. We are not adding seller. So where we are creating product, just scroll down, create a new product, and then we need to add seller. So seller is going to be user, param, no, where we are creating product. This here we are creating product. So we want to get the user. To get the user, we can actually do user. Yeah. So we can access the user from, can now pass the seller here. If you see here, we don't have seller. So I can say the seller is equal to user.id. Because if you see here, we just want to user ID. So we want the object ID, which is user. So in this case here, okay, we want to get the user from the request. Since the request came with the user, so we want to get the user from the request. And then how the user is being passed to the request. This is we decode the user, and then we decode the user from the token, and then you pass here. So this user we attached to the request, and then now here we just access that user, and then we now pass here. Actually the seller is ready here, so we can actually just pass the seller. We have a seller store where you access the seller, just leave it like this, because we are actually accessing the seller from here. We're accessing the user ID and then just the seller. All right. So for the current product, since we didn't pass the ID, the seller, so this won't show here unless we create another product. So what I like to do, we just continue, go back to our product. This is the seller, and then now we know we are sending the seller, but we can copy now this and then go to if user can edit, auto can edit product. So now here we know we are accessing the seller ID. We are accessing the seller, which is actually the user ID. So we can check if now the user, here you are getting the user, this one. If now the user, we can comment this one. Then we check if product seller is not equal to, if it's not equal to user.id, we return false, else we return true. So this is what's happening here. So there's no match we are doing actually here. So we just access the user, but we also make the product. We can also check if this one is not equal to, it does exist, the seller exists, and then we return false. Okay, but we could have done something, for example, .seller, and then just pass question mark here to check if seller exists. So I remove this one. Okay, now if we reload, we want to have an eye on this one to see if we get any error. There's no error there. On the back end, there's no error. So if now you go to the product, you want to confirm where we actually accessing single product. So we want to console.log this process single product to see now the all keys, all fields. So you can do console.log process product. So come again and then reload. Okay, and then go check. So we don't have error. That means everything is fine. But we want to see if what auto can edit is now undefined, but we don't have error. You may be wondering why we don't do the same thing here. So we cannot do it here. We want to try to separate the component to reuse the function. So that means if you call this function, we just give it the request and then the product to check if the user can edit the actually the product, that product. But can also add a weight. Let's try to add a weight to see what we get in there. So this is undefined. It's supposed to return false or true. We can do something, for example, let's just return true. Whatever is there, we just return true. So go back and then reload again. Return true. You see now is true, but we don't want to return undefined. You know, that's the thing. We don't want to return undefined. We return false, else you return let me have a look. We check if seller. Okay, first of all, if there is no seller, we have to make things a bit clear. If there is no seller, if there's no seller, we return we can return false if there is no seller, or we can check if it's equal to undefined. Is equal to undefined. We return false. Else, we remove now this condition if product and product dot if product first of all, if there's no seller, let's return false to see what we get in here. If you reload, then go back, we return is undefined. Oh, sorry, I have to take off this one and then reload. Now we get false. But now if the seller is there, so if the seller is there, if user.seller, if product.seller and request.user, we can also check here and not request, we return false. Okay, so if now we know we have all these, we can now skip that condition. Just check here. If the request, if product.seller is not equal to request.user ID, we return false, else we return true. So now this is a bit clear. I hope you can understand this is a bit clear. All right, so we are expecting false. Yes, we're expecting false. Why? Because we check if the seller is not there, we return false. If the seller, if product.seller is equal to undefined, and we don't have a user on the request, we return false. Okay, but if now we have the user in the request, we have the seller in the product, and then user in the request dot ID does not match the current seller, so we return also false, else we return true. Okay, so to make things a bit clear, let's go and create another user. Let's go to profile. I want to log out. We log out, and then let's create another user to create now the normal product. Let's call this one. Let's call Lenovo ThinkPad. Oh, sorry. This one we generated the user first. I want to copy this email This is supposed to be seller, and then we give the store name. Let's see, let's just say laptop tech, just store name. And then this is a great store, something, anyway, anything you need is fine. All right, and then now sign up, and then now go back. We want to change this email to the one for the user we created, and then log in. Okay, so now we want to add another product. Go to product and then add product. So let's give the name, for example, Lenovo ThinkPad. Say the best product. Best product for you. Anything you can is fine. So we want to electronics and then laptops. Next, we want to set the price. Let's say, for example, $300. Before now is 230, and then country to, let's say, to 10, and then the image, let's add this one, and then create product. Come on, that's why I said you must have found a way that you don't want to. If you see all our information is gone, so we have to change this model. We can change it so that if you have already filled all the information, and then if you feel here is gone, we don't want that. You can actually work on that. The best product for you, anything is okay. You can type there electronics and then laptops. Next, let's say $300, and then now 230. Next, let's say now is 10 in the store. Something's missing. Which one is it? Electronics, laptops. Next, and then next. Let's try to change the image. Okay, now let's save. The product was created. So we have discount. We have there. Okay, now let's see. Let's go to the back. Let's go back to the back end. Now this one is showing us true. A false. Sorry, we are expecting true because this is actually the current user. So now let's find out why is it now false instead of true. We can now console, for example, let's console.log user. Okay, and then let's just console.log product.seller, and then and then also request.user, and then also the ID. Try to reload again. Okay, let's see. We have so much things here. We have to try to remove some looks here. We don't need this one. Yeah, let's go back and reload. Okay, so this is, you can now see the first one is the user. If you go to our this function, we can try to do something like this if you really want to see what is going on here. And say product. No, let's try to change to something like this. So seller or user, then plus ID. Let's also say user ID. Yeah. Now let's reload. Okay, so you can see user ID. The first one is actually is the seller, and then the following one is actually correct. So meaning we need to correct here. If if product.seller is not equal to user.id, but let's try to change it to string, to string. Okay, it's connected. Let's try to reload. But we need we must console.log here to see the response. We console.log here to see the response. Let's try to reload again. Now it's true. Why is true? Because we set to string. Where is it again? Here. We set here to string. So we can also try to use a question mark in case there is nothing. So we don't want to get error. Don't want to crash. We still have it's still true there. Sorry. Okay, so now remove this one to clean up a little bit. So now from our front end, we know now we want to check now if this user can now edit the current user. Sorry, if the current user can edit. So we can go back to front end. Single product. This is the single product. It's here. So we want to show this one actually is not on the on our original application. So we want to show a way that now the auth can edit the product if it has the ability to edit this product. To do that, we have to make a little bit of modification here. We can do something like this. Wait a minute. We want to show dot edit product here. So we can search for the material UI. Okay, let's say material UI icons. Sorry, JUI icons. Let's say move. So this is the one, more vertical. So we want to get this one, and just go up here, then paste it here. So more vertical. Okay. Where is it again? Here. But we want to add it right next to the title here. So we want to wrap this. Let's wrap this in a flex, and then justify between. Justify between. But item center. So for this one is supposed to be. We can wrap it in a button if you really want. So it's here, but you can also search for button. Let's try button here. We can use that, or you can use the normal button, basic. We have a button, text, whatever, link. I don't know which one you choose to use. We can use any. Text, type text. So copy this one if you want that. And then here, but you want to wrap, want to add this one. But we also want to add span, class name, screen reader only. Okay, screen reader only. Let's get rid of this one. And then we just more option. That one, the job for that is just to show more options. And then we want to import buttons. So if you go back to our application, we have now a button here. Sorry, you can reload. Okay, so now we have the button, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah? Okay, so what we want to do exactly is we want to on-click this one so that you can show options. So for that is you can actually search for how do you call them? We can do tooltips or modal. This one is small, but we don't want that. We want to a small modal. Let's say, for example, dialog. Dialog. Alert dialog. So if you want to, we want to get options. Yeah, this one is a big one, but we want a small one. Simple. So we want something like that or something just smaller. So we can show the options. Alert. Just the first one, simple one. Let's expand this one. Expand this. So what we can do, we just copy the code. Make sure it's JavaScript, not TypeScript. JavaScript. Copy the code, and then we want to go to our front end, and then we want to create a file, a function component. We want to create a component called product options. Sorry, product options. This could be, you can say options, model, or settings, whatever you want to call it. And this component, let's just set it like this, and we can paste the one we had, but we copied from material UI. Okay, so we have this. Let's have a look. We can change the name. We can change the name to match our need. Control Shift L to just edit all of it. You can call it product options or settings options, whatever you want to call it. Call it product options. Static props. Okay, so we can also use AI to speed up. We want to speed up whatever we have here. We have open options or whatever, but we have something here we don't need. Here we have props, and then make sure that we export. Okay, we have a dialog, which our component start from here up to down here, product options, and then we need to export default. We don't need this one. We only need this is how we are going to use it. All right, welcome back. So let's go and implement them. Show the dialog options. First of all, I made some a little bit of changes here, not really much, just a little bit. So I will leave this code in the code description, on the description below, because I don't want to type everything here. So if you see, we are using a dialog. So we have dialog, open dialog, and then show the options. That's it. This one, the bottom one, we don't really need it. So you have options, open options. Um, all right, so this one we don't really need. We don't need this one. So let me get rid of this first. All right, guys. So this is the model. I just made a little bit of change, yeah? So to save sometimes. So I just add here, edit product, the labels, option we have, edit product, and then show the icons. These are icon imported, and then we're just going to pass props. In the props, we get them on close, open, all of that, and then handle close, and then also this one. So the rest now we're just going to look to map we map the options to show them. So we are using now list item from a material UI. That's it. There's no much. And then we're just going to export it. So we can now export the model. So if you go, we could have use something else, but I just choose this one, much simpler. Where we have product title, this one here. So on click and say on let's say area option, but on click we want to say handle product options, and then we don't have this, we can create it. You can scroll a little bit up and then create const product options. Let's go to product options. So we can actually create options here from down here. So we can create const, let's say for example const const let's say for example open model, open options, open is open, set is open options is equal to set is open options. All right, so set, we can just set is open option to true. So if it's not true, set to true, else set to false. All right, so we don't have the model yet, the dialog yet, but we can import it anywhere. Since it's a dialog, we can import that anywhere. Maybe just here, anywhere we can import it, we can actually add it. For now, let's see, return. Okay, let's add here. Add the post a product options, import it, and then got much of options in there. We pass product and then open. We set open, but actually, nope, not here. If you want to pass in here, so means we can keep it in there, but you just make a little bit of changes in here. Yeah. Handle options. Where is the click button? Oh, looks like we are in the wrong place, huh? This is wrong. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to do this right here, the component button, because this is the handle options here. So please just copy this one, and then let's add this the button. Instead, here we want to actually wrap this in a curly bracket. First wrap this in curly bracket. This one, can cut everything and then put the curly bracket here first. Yeah. Okay. Now this one, remove this function here, and then let's add the function here. But it's supposed to return actually. Supposed to return. So we need to return. So need to return this one. Need to return this. Then we just add a return here. Okay, that's correct. And then up here, take this one, remove this, and then also use it here. And we also want to remove this one, product options, and then we want to use it, want to add here. You can wrap this, right? So something is missing. If you follow that error, you need to call, you need to get import the use statement, use state. Okay. So another thing is, if you scroll down, where is this is product options. If you take the product options, you see required. So this is the one we have. This is actually boolean. Open is boolean. So when you go back to product, then change this to open, and then we have we need to also to pass product. Product as an object, and then is required. So on close, we can actually try to change this, I think, to make sense, and then to avoid conflict. On close, handle close. So just keep it like that for now. Let's go back to our product. This is let's call it on close. And close, and then we call a handle option. Let's save that, and then just go back to our application. This is our application. If you click that, so now we get these options here. You can do it better, small one or medium, so that it depends on how you want to do. So we have share, we have whatever. So if now edit product, we want to, if you click edit product to, for you now to open edit product, if edit product, now you will be able to open now edit product, and then also delete product. Of course, we haven't implemented this yet, but we can implement edit product, delete product, all of that. Before continuing with that one, let's work on a few things here first. All right, guys. So, first of all, we want to find a way to get more items from the seller. So, in the way to do that, this seller doesn't have much items. So, we need to go to navigate first of all to seller dashboard, and then we want to load all the seller's product here. So, where now we can implement, add more product, whatever. So to do that, first of all, let's see the table from this material UI. This is the available table here. So you can choose to use this one. You can use this table, or you can use the one from Flowbit. Flowbit, you can search for table here, because this one you also use Tailwind CSS. So the other one is actually already designed. So it's up to you to choose which one are you going to use, which table can you use to show the products. So if you go for material UI, for Tailwind CSS, this is the table, but the code is a bit more compared to material UI. So this one, if you go to small screen, this is how it looks like in the small screen. So you can also choose to add the picture, to show the picture, stuff like that. So just depend on you. So if you take this one, you will have can have much actions here, delete, add, whatever. Okay. You can think about which table you want to use. So for this one, if you take this table, expand the code, and this is what we have. This is what we have. You can see for this one, the tables, the code are not that much. So they are actually enough. You can see the columns we have. We have ID, first name, last name, age, and then number. So the columns here, we have ID, first name, last name, age, and then number. And then you have actions. So just depend on which one you want to do. All right, guys. So let me work on my own table, and then I'll get back to you. So figure out which one you want, or you can still follow me to use the same I'm going to use.